glad you're here at Dread Next Door. Lock your doors, because today's story is particularly disturbing. I still remember the day I moved into Oakwood Estates like it was yesterday. The sun was shining bright, casting a warm glow over the perfectly manicured lawns and the eerie silence that seemed to follow me everywhere. My wife, Sarah, and I had just gotten married, and this was supposed to be our dream home. We had saved up for years, and finally, we could afford a house in one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in town. But little did I know, our dream was about to turn into a nightmare. The first few weeks were great. We would spend our evenings walking around the neighborhood, getting to know our neighbors, and attending the occasional block party. But as time went on, I started to notice strange things. The neighbors would stare at us from their windows, their faces expressionless. The lawns were always perfectly manicured, but there were never any lawn mowers or gardening tools in sight. And then there was the smell. It was a pungent, earthy smell that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it made my skin crawl. One night, I decided to take a walk around the neighborhood to clear my head. The streets were empty, and the only sound was the crunch of dead leaves beneath my feet. As I walked, I noticed that the houses seemed to loom over me, casting long, ominous shadows on the ground. I felt like I was being watched, and the silence was deafening. Suddenly, I heard a faint whispering in my ear. It was soft and raspy, and it seemed to be coming from all around me. I spun around, but there was no one there. The whispering stopped, and the silence was even more oppressive than before. I quickened my pace, my heart racing with every step. As I turned the corner onto my street, I saw a figure standing in front of my house. It was a woman with long, curly hair and a white dress that seemed to glow in the moonlight. She was staring at me with an unblinking gaze, and I felt a chill run down my spine. I tried to approach her, but she vanished into thin air. The next day, I received a notice from the Homeowners Association. It was a complaint about my lawn, stating that it was not up to the community's standards. I spent the rest of the day mowing and trimming, but no matter how hard I worked, the lawn seemed to grow back faster than I could cut it. It was as if the house itself was working against me. As the days went by, the notices kept coming. They were always about something trivial, like the color of my front door or the type of flowers I had planted. The final straw came when I received a notice stating that I had to repaint my house a specific shade of beige. I was furious, as I had just painted it a few months before. One night, I woke up to the sound of scratching on the walls. It was a low, deliberate scratching, and it seemed to be coming from all around me. I felt like I was trapped in some kind of twisted reality, where the Homeowners Association and the neighbors were in control. I was trapped in a living nightmare, with no escape. And then, everything went black again. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed. Sarah was sitting next to me, holding my hand. She told me that I had been in a coma for weeks, and that the house had been sold. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales. Drop a comment below telling us your personal experience. Until next time, sleep tight.